Within the Tantra context, which is the Great Tribulation, which is the Tantra for humanity, or the Vajrayana vehicle, which is focused on Tantra. So the tribulation is your Vajrayana vehicle in which you will be doing spiritual Tantra to attain your own sunyata and to cross over to the other shore and go into nirvana, heaven itself, where Father in heaven, the Buddha, is. So you get to go to the primordial field itself. So in that context, within the Tantra system of Vajrayana, they have the system of method and wisdom. So when you see Buddhist deities in union, sexual union, which is called Yab and Yam, which is the father and the mother in sexual union. So that is actually the method and wisdom in union. So father, the male, represents the method, and the female, mother, represents the wisdom. And the higher version of that wisdom is sunyata, and the higher version of this method is compassion. So compassionate action. So you have compassion and sunyata in union, or method and wisdom in union here. So this is a correct application of method and union. So not just doing the method and not realizing what the true wisdom and the true sunyata is, and just learning to learn. So that's an incomplete system. But when you know the method and you apply the method to learn wisdom, to learn sunyata, that is a correct application. And that's where you derive your bliss from. The sexual union that gives you that bliss. You derive that bliss from the correct use of method and wisdom. So it's in Sanskrit, it's called upaya and prajna. In Nepalese, it's directly translated. Upaya is method, a way to do something, a skillful way to do something, a method. And prajna or pragya is wisdom. So it directly translates to my language. Upaya is method, and pragya, prajna, is wisdom. And so the method is the male, as depicted there, and wisdom is the female, as she's sitting on the male's lap in sexual union. And in its higher expression, the male is compassionate action, and the female is sunyata itself. So this is like the real method in which we have to apply method and wisdom properly to be able to achieve our higher spiritual goal, especially during the tribulation, where we do not have a lot of time to waste. And the tribulation is basically heaven or hell. It's like a direct path. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. And that's why these things we have to apply correctly. So in this Tibetan Buddhist encyclopedia, I wouldn't say they are 100% accurate, but they have some legit teachings. But there is a mix of that New Age vibe to this Buddhist encyclopedia. There's like that New Age vibe to this, because like everything on the internet comes from the controlled opposition, and I know this is from controlled opposition, but still they know all the teachings. They know all the Hebrew teachings, they know all the Buddhist teachings. So when they teach it, it's actually real, because they know all the teachings. The demons know everything. So in this, what they have said is upaya in Sanskrit for skillful means or method. It can relate to any activity, skill, experience, or practice that helps someone towards the realization of enlightenment. So upaya, your skill or the method, is basically any activity that helps you realize enlightenment. And how we can relate that directly to the Great Tribulation is that the Great Tribulation, the mark of the beast, is actually a method to help us realize enlightenment. And that enlightenment, you have to realize, is sunyata. For example, a ritual can be an upaya. Like, say, for example, for the Hebrews, you can have like when they do sacrifice and when they atone for sins, that is a method to purify, a method of baptism, or a method of purification. So ritual can be a method, or praying or prostrating, that can generate calmness, that can generate humility within you. When we prostrate to our Father in heaven, when we pray to Him, when we bow to Him, that can generate humility. So those things, those activity methods are actually the upaya, the skillful means to gain enlightenment, to gain sunyata. Upaya is sometimes translated as expedient means, and that is directly connected to the tribulation. Like expedient means can be like the tribulation, the tribulation method, the tribulation upaya is definitely an expedient means. In some circumstances, even lies and trickery can be method upaya if they help someone wake up to realization. So this is what's happening with our world, with the mainstream world, that they have tricked us and they have fooled us and they have lied to us. But at the end of the day, it has given us testimony of what lies is, what trickery is, what darkness is, what hatred is, what greed is. It has actually given us a direct experience and has shown us what these things are, what all these negativity is, and what Mara is, and what Satan is, and what they're capable of, and what intelligence is, what wisdom is. It's revealed through trickery and lies. And we can go to the mainstream channel ground and learn trickery and lies. And if we do not learn trickery and lies, we do not realize sunyata. So in some circumstances, even lies and trickery can be upaya. So you can see that in the mainstream channel ground. Upaya also refers to the ability of a bodhisattva to help others realize enlightenment. For example, the things that we do, that we come here, we gain our sunyata, we give our testimony, and that testimony will help many people. Like, for example, Christ came into this world as a bodhisattva in his second wheel of dharma, in his Mahayana vehicle, and he achieved a victory over death. In Buddhist literature, upaya often is paired with prajna, meaning wisdom, particularly the wisdom of sunyata. Upaya is the activity of prajna, which manifests as compassion, karuna. So that's like the higher. The method's higher form is compassionate method, and the wisdom's higher form is sunyata. In Pure Land Buddhism, upaya, prajna, and karuna are called the three gates of liberation. Tibetans have a slightly more complicated understanding of upaya. Lama that teach the use of mantra is in fact skillful means. Lamas teach that the use of mantras is in fact skillful means. The mantra, when empowered by its use, is a spell. And that spell has real power to shape reality. Thus, the more devotedly you do the mantra, the more powerful the effects of the mantra manifests in your life. If the mantra is good, then as its power begins to shape your life and your path, you will find yourself moving step by step towards the goal embodied in the mantra. This is essentially the use of magic to deliberately bring yourself to enlightenment. It's not really magic because this is, like I said, it's a bit more new agey. So they use the word like shape your reality and magic. So this is like, you cannot shape your reality. Reality already exists. You only purify yourself to see the truth that already exists. You cannot create something that's already been created. We do not have that power to create. We just realize we have the power to purify and realize. So the spell will actually help you achieve your goals. It will help you actually remove the obstacles, because everything in this world is to do with programming. So they program you, it's like, oh, you're going to do the rapture. You're never going to make it. You're never going to be successful. Like if they say that to me, I keep repeating the mantra and I can deprogram myself from all of the black magic they're putting in my brain, for example. And when I say it with my heart, and when I do the mantras with my heart and my mind, and I devote myself to it, and I can generate that within myself, and I'm no longer held down by someone's criticism of like, oh, you cannot do it. or you don't deserve it, or I don't think you have that ability to do it. So instead of holding that thought, I would rather have the mantra, and I would rather say gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi soha, gone, gone, beyond the shore gone, enlightenment hail. So you say that instead of someone telling you, hey, you cannot do this, you're not worthy, you're not powerful, you're not smart enough. Instead of that, because that's what the demons are there for, that's what the Mars is there for, that's what Satan's there for, to put obstacles in your path. But you can use mantras and say gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi soha. So replace their black magic spell with your mantra. So that's how I see this, and that's why I shared this, because there is some truth there. So that's why the Prajnaparamita mantra is very important, because it helps you, it takes you from a negative state into a positive state. It takes you from like say if you want to go from ignorance to wisdom, you want to cross over. So you are saying, help me cross over from ignorance to wisdom. Help me cross over from sickness to health. Help me cross over from this samsaric reality and let me rapture and go to nirvana, heaven. Help me cross over from abuse to peace. Help me cross over from war to peace. Help me cross over from fear to fearlessness. Help me cross over from hatred to love. Help me cross over from reaction to non-reaction. Help me cross over from irritation to total calm abiding. So that's what the mantra is there for. So you keep saying it, and it will, and you can generate that in your body, in your mind. It's not creating, it's more like you generate that, but it's not like you're shaping reality. You're just purifying and getting to a space that already exists, that's already perfect. Like when we go from this samsaric dualistic world, we go to heaven, and heaven's already perfect. We didn't create the heaven. We just removed the obstacles, and we gained our wisdom and knowledge, and we went to heaven. So it's like that. Mantra is also called mantrayana. So mantrayana is like you can recite these mantras, and you can recite the mantra because it's literally also called mantrayana or tantrayana. So it's like tantra is also called mantra. So it's like interchangeable. So that's how important the mantra is. And I first awakened with the gatte gatte para gatte parasam gatte bodhi soha Heart Sutra mantra. I was actually initiated and awakened through that mantra. I didn't even know anything about mantras, but when I heard that mantra, there was like this wrathful state that just emanated from me, and I just began my journey after that. Skillful means also has another meaning. A realized God being that has achieved universality can manifest circumstances which lead a person step by step towards a particular goal, which is like if you want to be enlightened, if you want to remove an obstacle. So like say our Father in heaven can actually take us step by step to achieve our nirvana, to achieve our rapture, or Christ can help us achieve our rapture. The angels of heaven can assist us in our journey. So you can work directly with Christ Father and the angels of heaven during the Great Tribulation. And if you let Father in Christ guide you, and if you let Satan, Mara have no power over you and not trick you and fool you, your path to heaven will be quick and easy and fast. Because the tribulation ground is very potent. It's very powerful. It's extremely potent. And the more potent it is, the quicker it is. It's not like a slow, long path, but it's very fast, very quick. It's lightning. It's like instant, the naked truth right in front of you. Immediately you purge all the lies. Immediately you see through the deception. Immediately you see through the veils. Boom, boom, boom. Everything happens so fast. And it's so potent. So that's what I see for the Great Tribulation. It's like it's going to be so potent. And people are just going to see the veils just going to drop. That's the space we are in. And that the Great Tribulation is that ultimate, the most potent method, the ultimate, most potent upaya. And that is facilitated to us by our Father in heaven. That is given to us, that ground of Buddha. it's given to us by our Father in heaven. So it's like your Dzogchen ground. You awaken to the ground. And that ground is Father's ground. He only gives permission. He lets you into the ground so that you can realize sunyata. And that has to be a goal. So not just trivial disclosures and excitement and sensationalism because you saw these reptilians and demons, and not just that, but taking your path very seriously. So it's not for entertainment, but you have to realize sunyata, and you have to take it very seriously and realize sunyata. Otherwise, you are just going to watch the reptilian tongue flicking all day, and that's not the goal. You're just meant to see that, understand it, realize everything is sunyata, even that is sunyata, and keep going, and until you realize your total sunyata, rapture, and go to heaven.